Thanks for hanging in there, everyone, with the setup here. Today, I'm going to be talking about managed services and how you can offload parts of your GIS system that you do not want to manage, how that might benefit you, and some things that you need to consider before you do that. So first of all, if you're not familiar with the term, managed services are vendor-supported services for all or a portion of your GIS management and cloud infrastructure. And this is not a one-size-fits-all. A lot of this is scalable, so you can choose which activities you do not want to do. A lot of this are IT-type services like server administration and maintenance, database management, patches and updates, system monitoring. So by offloading those tasks, it frees up your time to do the cool GIS things that you want to do. Some benefits of managed services are that you can maximize your time by offloading tasks such as database systems administration, systems design, system migration, those IT type tasks. You can do the things that GIS analysts are hired to do, like data analysis, data manipulation, cartography, the fun stuff. Also related to staffing is that if you have managed services and you're working with a vendor team, your team doesn't have to be IT experts. You can hire and have the GIS people that you need that understand your organization, and you can really focus on the staff, refining your staff. You don't have to have all of this IT expertise. And also, if you are a one-person department, or even if you have a small department, being a small department is less of an issue because you're supplementing your GIS with vendor services. And also related to that staffing is that if you have managed services and you have a vendor team that you're working with, they're already familiar with your setup, your data, your organization, your goals and objectives. So you have people that understand what you're doing. If you need to tap into those experts for a little project here or there, it's a lot easier to get ramped up with someone that already knows what you're doing. Also, another benefit is increased uptime. If you have managed services, then you're going to have constant availability of services. You don't have to worry yourself about tickets or troubleshooting. Those will be handled. Disruptions are minimized because someone is always going to be doing performance checking, health checks, after hours updates, and preventing issues or potential downtime. And someone is always available if they're managing your services. So you can take vacation or time away and not worry about something breaking and being down while you're out. Migration will also be streamlined, which will add to your increased uptime. Any planning and execution of cloud deployments will be done correctly the first time and get you up and running and keep you up and running. You'll also have less hardware issues if you won't have to purchase pricey servers or update computers. I mean, you will at some point, but that will be less of a concern if your vendor team is handling that. You don't have to maintain kind of the level of hardware that you might need had you not have managed services. And related to that, setup is faster because the vendor's already going to have everything that you need hardware-wise set up in place, ready to go, and setup is a lot faster. Some things to consider if you're looking at managed services. There's a lot more than this to consider, but just some big ones to make sure you're thinking about and asking about. The first thing is cost and cost optimization. You want to understand all costs associated with managed services and a complete enterprise GIS environment in the cloud. You want to identify those areas for cost optimization. And you want to ask about tailored solutions. Your vendor should be offering tailored solutions. They shouldn't just be handing you a one-size-fits-all out of the box kind of package for services. They should work with you and work with your budget to help you get what you need. Some other items to consider is your environment management and what kind of management model best suits your organization. Maybe managed services is what you need, or maybe you're self-sufficient and you want to do fully self-managed or kind of a shared responsibility. You want to look at your needs based on your organization team expertise. What are your team strengths and weaknesses? Do you have experience in managing cloud environment infrastructure and resources? Are you experienced in ArcGIS Enterprise, software management, patching, updates, upgrades, that type of stuff? You also want to consider your current cloud footprint. If you have an existing cloud environment being managed by your organization, where GIS lives or will live within that environment. If your organization has in-house cloud expertise to architect an environment and manage the migration, and if there's dependencies on connections and business systems that might not be in the cloud that the GIS environment depends on. Also to consider are remote connections. You want to have direct connections made in the cloud, but you also want to ensure that you can retain a direct database connection, and you want to account for cloud workstations in the architecture. And finally, which might be the most important, is you want to consider security. The security should dictate your architecture, and you want to make sure this is considered before an environment build is started. So you want to understand data sensitivity, regulatory requirements, and security level requirements. So that is a quick update on managed services and kind of what they're about and what to think about. If you want to learn more, you can go to our website /practices. We have a few GIS divisions that cloud services kind of touches, or you can contact me with any questions and I can get you in touch with the right person. Thanks, everyone.